Right now, while most traders are chasing fleeting trends, a select few charts are quietly building momentum for massive life-changing gains. And these aren't just any projects, they're undervalued, they're overlooked, and absolutely primed to explode. Miss these, and you might miss the biggest opportunities of this entire cycle. In today's video, I'm going to unveil 17 charts, that's right, 17, from top-tier memes to cutting-edge AI projects that are showing signs of an imminent breakout. So stick around, because the last few could be your ticket to outsized returns. There's no time to waste, let's get on to it. First trade, �11. Okay, here I am on Axiom. This is what I was calling as a 7x. If you've been following me, we were scooping �11 right at the lows, the perfect lows, that perfect support, right about what, last week or 2 weeks ago, I don't remember, but we're up massive. I told everyone this thing was absolutely going to fly. That's going to be the first resistance, and that's our 7x. And then after this, it's the candle close of the all-time high. That's going to be the next resistance at 45 million market cap. But we're still on path to that 30 million market cap on �11. Finally, �11, massive meme is waking up, and everyone is recognizing it. If you haven't entered it and you're scared, well, at least, I don't know, wait for a pullback. Maybe there's going to be some more resistance at this 22 million market cap level. There's some resistance here. Maybe tomorrow you can scoop at this support, which is 7.9. Leave a limit order here. You just come here, drag this thing below, and stack limit orders and pray to God that you can enter on �11, which I don't think you will be able to enter. You might be forced to top blast. On to the next one. 𝗘𝗟𝗢𝗙𝗏, beautiful, made a new all-time high to 12 million, and now it's pulling back to our level. Yesterday, I cleaned this chart, but our level is still 5.5 million market cap. You come here, limit order, and you start stacking those limit orders right between 5.5. I think this is also a good level, 6.4. If you're into 𝗘𝗟𝗢𝗙𝗏, that's where you stack your limit orders. You come here, amount of SOL you want to put, and then you start stacking these limit orders between these two levels, okay, on 𝗘𝗟𝗢𝗏. And then what you're going to get is a strong bounce. On that strong bounce, you can sell on an average of maybe 70% gain. Maybe if it bounces higher and it goes to that major level, which usually is that 20 million market cap zone, you can get a little bit higher. You can get an average of 3x, 3.5x, maybe a little bit less, maybe close to 3x. But that's what I'm seeing right now on 𝗘𝗟𝗢𝗏. Now on to the next, 𝗘𝗏. 𝗘𝗏 is doing something beautiful on the chart, something different. We have this trend line, this upward moving trend line. Look, higher lows. So this is where you stack 𝗘𝗏. I think this is a good time to buy at 19. And I think it might come a little bit down to 18. And then there's going to be some resistance right between this 13 and 9 million market cap level. Remember yesterday's chart, it's looking a little bit messy, but that 18.4 million market cap level was the bottom where it bounced. And then that 14.7 was the other bottom. But what I'm seeing now is a possibility in a worst case scenario to accumulate 𝗘𝗏 at right between these two levels, right between 13.5 and 9.8. I think the chart changed a little bit, but that's what I'm seeing right now, okay? If you look at the candle closes and if you look at this major resistance, if you look at this major support here, resistance here, these are the levels where you can maybe throughout the night leave some limit orders, just in case of oil decides to nuke this on a massive candle and it comes there for like 2 seconds, then you wake up on profits. That's what I'm seeing on 𝗘𝗏. Still bullish. Our target is still that 42 million market cap zone right here as we marked yesterday. So this is still our target. If you want to sell, you can come here, drag this to whatever level you want, 42 in this case, which is the fib line, and you can put the amount you want to sell at 30 SOL and you click sell. And then once the target meets that, it's going to encounter your limit order and it's going to sell automatically. And the price is not going to move higher until your limit order gets filled. Then we have 𝗘𝗏. Beautiful. I mean, I consider this a new all-time high. They made a new all-time high. We were on 𝗘𝗏 since the bottom here. Quite a big trade on 𝗘𝗏 and everyone following me. The previous all-time high, I consider it to be the 200 million market cap zone because that's where the candle close was. So now let's look at entries. Okay, this level is an obvious entry level. And then the second entry level is going to be this one. Do I think it's going to go to the second? No. Can it come to the first one? Yeah, possible. Look at this resistance, this accumulation range, previous resistance here, previous support here, previous resistance here. Yeah, the price can definitely come to 150, which was our first take profit target. It can come back here, as I was saying, like even a month ago, I was saying, you want to break above and then retouch. If it retouches, you then sell on the bounce and new all-time highs at something like 300 million market cap, which is now our second target. That's what I'm seeing on 𝗘𝗏. So if you want to enter 𝗘𝗏, same thing, limit order, drag that and leave a couple stacked from 150 above, and then you might wake up at profits on something like 𝗘𝗏. Then one that's interesting that we scooped the bottom as well is this one called dark. Perfect bottom there, perfect support here. And then there's a likelihood that there's a second touch or at least a higher low. So I would leave some limit orders from 26 to 30 million market cap right between this place, just in case if you're sideline on dark. If you've been watching the show, we already spoke about these entries, and so you should in theory be up quite a bit on dark. As you can see here, we were buying at these levels and then selling it here. That's that's what you do. Never FOMO buy unless there's very specific conditions. You always wait for that pullback. 30 million and 26 million, I think these are good entries on dark. Then another one we need to discuss is GOAT, okay? GOAT seemed dead. Everyone said GOAT's gonna die, it's never gonna come back. Well, here we are again. I'm seeing a possibility of a trade between 88 million and 254 million, and you can get almost a 3x on your money on this trade. Now, here's the deal. The price needs to break this major resistance. It was support here, the support got broken. It was also support here all throughout basically February, March of 2025. It got broken, had this weird accumulation range, and now it's encountering some resistance there. What I need to see is a break above, a retouch. On the retouch, I would buy. This is a deep liquidity coin, and then sell at 254. There's other levels, but right now I don't think we need to talk about them because GOAT still looks kind of weak, but that's what I'm seeing on GOAT. So pay attention to GOAT. These charts are coming back from the dead. Then we have this one called FUN. FUN is related to AI16Z. AI16Z seems to pick up from the dead yesterday, and now we're looking at FUN. Look, if AI16Z pumps, if you're bullish AI16Z, this is our first target, which is 491 million market cap, and it looks like it's halfway there. I told you guys to buy here at this accumulation zone after this bounce from support, very small bounce. I think that was a low. It's not going to go any lower. This is our first take profit. But here's the thing. If you're late to AI16Z and you don't want to buy close to this, look, there's going to be some resistance here at 310 mil. Here's what you can do. You can come and buy FUN. And I think this is a good level because look, resistance twice, one times, two times, support here, support here. This line, very important, where it's at 500K. I think this is a good buy for FUN, but only for people that want to buy AI16Z because this is the same creator of AI16Z, which went to 2.5 billion market cap. So if this thing pumps, this thing will just act as a beta. It doesn't matter what it does. It doesn't matter if it does nothing. This will just be a beta. And so it's going to probably run at twice or three times the speed of AI16Z. So that's what I'm seeing. And that's the only thing about FUN, okay? There's nothing else. There's no tech. There's nothing. This is just a beta to AI16Z. Then we have ARK. This is the first thing I'm seeing on ARK. Look, resistance here, support here, support here, support here, support here. Then support got broken and it basically went and made new lows close to this level, which was previous resistance. Makes perfect sense. Good looking chart. You can still get from here 150%. Get a 2.5x, a 2.5x liquid. There's 3.2 million in liquidity, good liquidity. This is another AI chart that could surprise a lot of people. I genuinely think this might even be a better trade than AI16Z at this point because the AI16Z lead went crazy. It went nuts. So I don't think the ARK guys did. But this is the first level on ARK. And if this level gets broken, we're going to then go to another level on ARK. And I'm seeing a very important trend line here. Why did I do this trend line? Look, support here, and then support here, and then support 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, all throughout January 2025. It then acted as resistance here and support here as well. So this could be a level, a very interesting level. But then there's going to be this level, this 240 million market cap level. Resistance here, support again, and then resistance all throughout February and March of 2025. These are the two levels for ARK. And then there's this possibility on a very hyper bullish ARK AI rig complex. And it would be, you know, something like 500 million market cap. This one still makes sense. That's only if it goes vertical. So if you want to sell, I would sell 150 and then leave some more, just leave a small bag to sell at 244 million market cap. Here's what I'm seeing. This thing can come here, break out, retouch, resistance, and then retouch again. Is a very big likelihood. That's what I'm seeing on ARK. On to the next, AWR, nothing to add. We're going to get our 10x and then we're going to get our, let me draw it here, 20x at 20 million market cap. It's actually more than 10x and it's actually more than 20x because we were scooping this at 800K and here we are at 7 million. Look, good communities buy and hold, they don't sell. That's what AWR is. And I give you guys an amazing trade. And yeah, I can't wait to see what happens to this chart. I think it's going to print a massive cup and handle. It's going to come here, maybe then pull back a little bit, giant, massive cup and handle. Maybe it even breaks a new all-time high. Let's see what happens. Then again, we have SSE. Nothing changed for SSE. SSE was a little bit underwhelming, but nothing changed. Look, it's the exact same chart. We got our 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch, maybe now a 5th one. It's still a good buy. Okay, you could have scalped it here. Every single time it touched, you could have scalped, but this is still our main resistance, which is 13, and then there's going to be some resistance at 20. Nothing has changed. It's still a good buy. Structure is still the same. It has maintained. So if you want to buy a good chart, you just have to be patient until SSE can explode. If it breaks below this, though, sell, okay? As soon as it breaks below, you can sell comfortably because that means it's dead. Then another one that's doing very well, I was telling everyone to buy here, and I told you guys to take profits at 2 million, but it went to 3 million. See, when I say like take profits here, they always make new all-time highs, almost all of them, because I pick up good coins. Look, coiling up, getting ready for a massive explosion here on Lore AI, and I think it's going to go to 5 mil, and this is a good take profit if you scoop it here. If structure breaks below, you can actually add some more, probably probably at this level, okay? Between this and this level, okay? This is the place, between 1 and 900k. I honestly don't think it's gonna happen, but if it does, I'm gonna buy some more. I'm 100% gonna buy some more. Just for like worst case scenario, leave like a limit order stacked at 1.1. But I do think once this thing is done and from this ascending triangle, and look at this trend line, I mean, acting as support 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, it's gonna explode to 5 million. Then we have 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗔𝗡𝗥, another one I've been talking about. I was talking about it here, close to this 29 million market cap level, but I was kind of scared to tell you guys to remain in it because I don't like people to FOMO buy these candles here, but it did work out anyways. If we look at the 4 hour, we have this ascending pattern. Got touched 1 times, 2 times, almost 3 times. Is it going for a 4th? This is when you buy 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗔𝗡. Good time to buy. I think this is a layer 1, big one on base. If the price comes here, this is where you buy. There's no limit orders because there's no axiom on base, sadly, but this is where you buy. And then I think it's a good scalp on base to then sell the candle close of the all-time high. So this would be, you know, in theory, this would be a good like 50% trade on a deep liquidity coin. So you can enter with size and you can exit with size. But that's what I'm seeing here. Look, resistance 1 times, 2 times, 3 times. Let's look at our fibs to see how high this thing can go. Bottom, top, and now this is the new bottom. Yeah, I think this is a good level. A nice extension to that 1.6 fib, which is 161 million, and also here 114. These I think are good take profits. Take profit at 114, leave a moon bag, and then 161. Charts looking good. Take a look at 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗔𝗡 on base. Now, one I was talking about is 𝗵𝗘. Perfectly encountered resistance. I told everyone this is where you scoop your 𝗵𝗘. This is on abstract chain. This is the only abstract meme we've been talking about. If you have been scooping it from this trend line, this is my only abstract meme, you should be up because it touched here perfectly. I drew this way before this happened, and it came here a second time. I think people are watching this and scooping these lows. It may come here 1 times, 2 times, 3 times. It may come for a 4th touch, but I think it's a good buy here. Anywhere between 8.4 and 10 million market cap. I think this is still a good buy, and I think it's gonna pump to that 50 million market cap. So I 50 million because this is the premier meme on an entire chain, multi-billion-dollar chain called 𝗵𝗘. And so every single major meme coin on every single chain went to 50 million and above. So that's why 50 million is my target. 5x on 𝗵𝗘. That's what I'm seeing. Now, hyperliquid. Many of you are new to the channel and don't know this. I said buy hyperliquid here at the bottom and then buy it here again. Slightly moving up. We're at 70 million market cap. It's gonna go to 400 million market cap. It's gonna go explosive and it's gonna go fast. Why? Because this is the first meme on hyperliquid. Same thing with 𝗵𝗘. On the first memes, on the premier memes on any chain, you can put insane targets because they have first movers advantage. I think 8.5x. Right now it's probably just an 8x till the top. Very liquid, very good meme. So pay attention to these, okay? Hyperliquid, 𝗵𝗘. Check the premier memes. I was the first person to call redo on Telegram on Ton. Now on to the next. This is our hyperliquid call. Beautiful call. Again, 1 times, 2 times, 3 times. On that 3rd time, I told everyone to buy. I told wait for the 3rd touch. We were here. I said resistance, gonna go to that 3rd touch probably. Came to that 3rd touch. Broke a little bit of resistance, went sideways here as I said. And then it just like butter, fwank. It just like buddy exploded. As predicted, and I think 20 million market cap is a good first place, but it's time for us to plot fibs to see how high this thing can go. Look, when the fibs match this perfectly, look, it came to this level perfectly, resistance. Yeah, this is how high I think this coin can go. It can go a little bit above 20 mil, but take your profits at 20. And then the top of the fib is 34, very close to 30 million market cap, but I think 28 is a better level to sell. Usually people like to sell at these round numbers, 20 mil, 10 mil, 30 mil. So you sell a little bit below, 29, 22. I think these are good levels to sell. 20 million, then 22, anywhere between 20 and 22. Okay, this place is a good sell, and then leave some stacked for just a moon bag in case it goes higher, and sell close to that 30 million market cap level. But this is the second best meme coin on hyperliquid. But this was it, guys. This was the show. If you enjoyed it, look, there's a link down below. Join me on Axiom. This is the best place to trade meme coins on Solana and also AI projects, and also literally any project. This is basically like the new centralized exchange. It's the best terminal. You can come here, check your portfolio. You can come on trackers. You can start putting like a customized feed. I'm gonna do a tutorial tomorrow for you guys. You can have Twitter alerts for all your favorite KOLs. I'm gonna give you guys a bunch of wallets from the most famous, like Frank D. Gods, all these guys, all the alpha guys. I'm gonna give you wallets of all of them tomorrow on my show. You can trade perps on hyperliquid as well, even though there's a little bit of fees. You can check everything, new pairs, final stretch, everything that's migrated, and you could think it's a good buy, although be careful with these. And then you can come and see what's trending on Dex Screener, the highest performance, and then you can also see what's trending according to Axiom, very low market caps that they think are trending. But this is it. This is the best terminal. There's a link down below. Join it. And eventually, if you join Axiom through my private, you will be able to join my group. I'm going to create it not this month, but after. Eventually, I will create my group, and it's only going to be for like traders, people who have joined Axiom through my referral links. But this is it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this week. This week, I think, was the best week of the show because we're collecting the fruits from the past month where no one was watching. We're just collecting the fruits now, and there's still a ton of trades. Man, 17 charts. Who else on YouTube is giving you like these many ideas for trades? No one. Like, I have people telling me they made 100K, more than one person. Like, I had another guy the other day, oh, I made more than 10K on like 2 trades. I just want you guys to win. I want us all to win. That's what I want. And so I'm here for the alpha, straight to the charts, no BS talk. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.